Bitcoin, October 2025, 126. When Bitcoin was actually at 126, everyone was saying to me, damn, man, if only Bitcoin was in the 90s.
This 93,000 level, then it's very likely we're headed down to 88,000.
Oh, geez, that was so boring. I don't get stuck into any of this kind of noise, right? People are always going to say, oh, the market's up, the market's down, the market's up, the market's down.
Michael, given where Bitcoin's trading right now, are you buying?
We are buying. We're buying quite a lot.
Bingo, he said it right. Bitcoin is always a good investment. I'm Matthew Fraser, and this is Crypto Collective. After making millions with Amazon and e-commerce, I realized that if I was starting again today, crypto would be my first choice. I'm here to help you take your first steps and build real wealth. Ready to set yourself up for life? Let's go. Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Reactions. Hopefully it's something to do with XRP, because you know I love getting dirty and down on XRP people.
I'm going to speculate a little bit here. I do agree with the market manipulation theory that is going on in crypto right now. We'll touch on it in a second, but it's because, look at it. I mean, government shut down, we dump. Government reopens, we dump. Rate cuts, we dump. No rate cuts, dump. ETFs buying, dump. ETF selling, dump. Gold pumping, dump. Stock, dump, dump. This is the worst bull market ever. It is extremely frustrating in crypto right now. Now you have Luxembourg putting 1% of their sovereign wealth fund into Bitcoin. Institutions buying up Bitcoin at mass. Millionaires from stage telling us to buy Bitcoin. JP Morgan issuing a new crypto token. MasterCard, Bank of America, Fidelity, the US government, all institutions right now building on blockchain, yet price keeps dropping. This is an old play from institutions.
Look, I've got to say, I actually think that the fact that the Bitcoin price movement over the past year has actually gone sideways, to be honest with you, I actually like it because it gives me more time to stack. In the beginning of the year, I was thinking, damn, I've only got so much time I can stack before the price goes through the moon, right? But in actual fact, what happened is as it got dragged out throughout this whole year, and every time there was a price drop, I kept buying more. So I actually see this completely different to a lot of people. I see this as an absolute bonus to stack more Bitcoin because I know that in time and into the future, Bitcoin is going up. Guys, I've got to tell you, market manipulation is rife through the crypto space. There's no doubt about it. But that's why you've got to be super sensible. And you know that 90% of traders will lose 90% of the time within 90 days. That's the stats. So my advice to you is don't do trading. It's really simple with Bitcoin. Buy and hold and forget about the noise. It doesn't matter when there's market manipulation because you're just buying and holding for the long term.
Crypto is done in 2026. If you have crypto, Gary the numbers guy is telling you, sell all your crypto before the year of the horse hits in 2026.
Got that, guys? Year of the horse. Keep that. Bookmark that. Year of the horse. Sell. Okay. What else does he say?
February 2026 to be an exact. You have to do this.
February 2026. Okay. Mark that in your calendar.
Because if not, you're going to witness the biggest crypto crash in its history. The crypto market is imprinted with rat energy. Horse is enemies with the rat. Again, Kobe, a horse, died first couple of days into the rat year. This is how the stuff works. But what I want you to understand, guys, I need you to understand this, that enemy years hit hard. Enemy years hit hard. And if you have crypto next year, you're going to get your ass whooped.
I've seen this guy before talk about the rat and the horse, but I don't know anything about the rat and the horse. He's certainly going to make a name for himself because he's talking about Bitcoin will ultimately crash. And you know what? People can be always proven right in time. Look, perhaps it might crash down, but you know what I'm going to be doing? I'm going to be stacking more Bitcoin if the price drops even more. You've got to have a long time frame when you're thinking about Bitcoin. Now, Michael Saylor even says you've got to have a minimum 4-year time horizon. For me, I'm thinking 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. Hell, I'm even thinking about my children and my grandchildren. So it doesn't really matter what happens next year. But I tell you what, though, I will be marking February 26th for year of the rat, was it? Or was it the horse?
There's been a major update on Bitcoin and it's not looking great for the buyers. Here's what happens next on this crypto giant. Bitcoin is breaking down. Last week I warned that Bitcoin was in a Wyckoff distribution pattern. This is where you get a series of higher highs on higher volume, but price doesn't truly break out. The 1.0 extension comes in at this consolidation zone back in May at 93,176.
Sleeping like-
If the bulls can't hold this 93,000 level, then it's very likely we're headed down to 88,000.
Oh, geez, that was so boring. I don't get stuck into any of this kind of noise, right? People are always going to say, oh, the market's up, the market's down, the market's up, the market's down. We've seen that all this year. In fact, this whole year has basically been sideways movement. If you purchased in the beginning of January to now, it's basically the same price. Now, how do I look at that? I look at it like this. That's fantastic because I've now had a whole year where I've been able to accumulate more before Bitcoin gets to 150, 200, 250,000. So this has been a great year for accumulating the number one asset, and that's Bitcoin. Hey guys, just quickly, this episode is brought to you by CoinStash, the Australian exchange I personally use to invest my SMSF into Bitcoin and crypto. Now, CoinStash is Australia's leading SMSF crypto exchange built for investors just like you. What really sets them apart is their service and expertise. If you're looking to invest in crypto through your SMSF, they make it simple. Just book a free call with their local team and they'll walk you through the entire process. From setting up your crypto SMSF account to helping you stay compliant with Australian regulations, their experts guide you every step of the way. You'll get fast onboarding, dedicated support wherever you need it. You might be investing in digital assets, but with CoinStash, you're dealing with real people and that makes all the difference. So if you're ready to take control of your crypto super and make your SMSF crypto journey smooth sailing, hit the link in the show notes and book a free call with the CoinStash team today. Now, back to the episode. Bitcoin, October 2025, 126.
It was our time to party big.
Bitcoin, November 2025, 99,000. Oh, that's so funny though, because when Bitcoin was actually at 126, everyone was saying to me, damn, Matt, if only Bitcoin was in the 90s, I'd buy more. But of course, what happens? It gets into the 90s and everyone's like freaking out and they're selling off, right? That's because those people are uneducated and they need to get their emotional intelligence in check. When Bitcoin's back under 100,000, that's a great time to buy. That's what I'd be doing. Take those famous words. If Bitcoin goes to $1, what should you do? Buy up more Bitcoin. Geez, you know what? I hope it does get to $1 again. I'm going to buy up so much Bitcoin. It's going to be ridiculous. But where does your conviction level lie? You've got to have full conviction if you're going to do what I've done, which is move all of my superannuation into Bitcoin, sell off all of my cars into Bitcoin, sell all my properties into Bitcoin. Yeah. And buy a Bitcoin hat.
Again.
Stock investor, negative 1%. Crypto investor, negative 50%, cool as a cucumber. I tell you what, if you see any stock investors like this, like having a freaking meltdown about negative 1%, you got to say to them, stop being big sooks. Yeah, stop being babies. We are used to negative 50% drops in the crypto space, especially if you've been around for more than one cycle. But not only is crypto, I guess you would say, volatile to the downside at negative 50%, it's also volatile to the upside. Sometimes you see 200, 300, 500%, and that's why we love crypto.
Michael, given where Bitcoin's trading right now, are you buying?
We are buying. We're buying quite a lot, actually, and
Bitcoin at
we'll
95.
actually report our next buys on Monday morning. I think people will be pleasantly surprised. In fact, we've been accelerating our purchases.
Are you ever not buying, Michael?
No, we're always buying. Bitcoin's always a good investment.
Bingo, he said it right. Bitcoin is always a good investment. And you got to take it from Michael. I mean, he's always buying. And for myself, I'm always buying too. Not only am I dematerializing all my physical assets like cars and properties into Bitcoin, but even just from my day-to-day cash flow, I'm buying Bitcoin all the time. Because with Bitcoin, it's always a good time to buy.
Welcome to the pain zone. Accept the pain. Smile at the pain.
I'm smiling.
Embrace the pain.
You need to love pain.
Just shut up and let me enjoy this pain.
that's brilliant. I tell you what, it can be like that sometimes for a lot of people, especially who are not used to the downsides, particularly in the crypto market, because sometimes it can drop, 10% in a single day. If you're used to the stock market where it might drop 0.5% in a day, and then you go to 10%, it can be, for some people, absolute devastation and catastrophe. But you got to understand that when you're coming into the crypto space, it is volatile, but not just volatile to the downside, it's also volatile to the upside. And that's why you can get such huge gains in the crypto space. But guys, it is a test of your character. Can you stand the pain? All right, guys, thanks for joining me on this episode of Reactions. Let me know in the comments, do you think Bitcoin is going to zero, or are you now switching out of Bitcoin or cryptos and going back to the boring old stock market? All right, let me know in the comments. Take care. Thanks for tuning in to Crypto Collective. If you've enjoyed this episode, the best way to show your support is to leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcast or Spotify, and make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss an episode. You can also find more of me at I'm Matthew Fraser on all social media platforms.